So many people. Hi. Okay. Upon graduation, I faced some choices, as many of you will be. My two kind of prearranged choices were focused on two paths: following master's degree or finding a job back in Albania. And I have nothing against these two choices. I highly value both education and career. However, in my mind, the trajectory of my post-UBG life differed a little bit from these two choices. I wanted and I was looking for something which was a little bit different from textbooks and from job tasks alone. I wanted to experience on my own and to grant myself the time to see what I really liked and when and how to do it. Some people might even like to follow masters, so go for it. And if you want to get the job of your life, still go for it. But just don't do it because you are supposed to do it. Give yourself the time and look for the things and the environment which enables you to see your potentials and your limits. Okay, so here is a story that I really like. It's my story. It all started when I refused a contract to work in Spain, where I was on an internship. Through a really extraordinary meeting, I got to be part of UNESCO Club Heritage in Valencia. They already had some international projects going on, and they were really appealing to me. So, after working for about 2 months with them, they entrusted me the responsibility to open their office in Senegal, Africa. My job would be focused on 2 different cities, in Hamburg and Gore. And besides the opening of the office, my most important task was to start a new Escuela de Valores, which stands for, it's in Spanish and stands for School of Values, and is a project which includes special academic practices combined with UNESCO's book on cultures. I was supposed to introduce this program on the school, which my organization, meanwhile, was working and was building in Hamburg, Senegal, together with a partner organization. So these are some images of the school which was being built meanwhile. Now, before getting to Senegal, of course, I went through many struggles and pressure. Yes, a lot of pressure, outside pressure. I had already made my choice, and this was my main motivation, that I had to finish what I started. So even when I got there in Senegal, things were a little bit disorganized. Besides the Senegalese teacher, Omar, who assisted me at the beginning, all I knew in an African country where French was the official language was a bonjour, and even that with a kind of weird accent. So I was there, and I knew I had to make the most out of it. So I was looking and trying to meet as many people as possible, trying to get a glimpse of their lifestyle, of how they concepted family, friends, and other values in general. So I tried to experience the Senegalese teranga, which stands for hospitality, in every sense of it. I was invited, this is part of a wedding, I was invited in different festivities and weddings as well. Here is another image of the wedding. Here are some little children. Like, Senegalese people are always so enthusiastic. Like, even in the moment that they hear a bit of noise, whatever it is, it might be music or something else, they start dancing and moving, and that brings you so much enthusiasm as well. They transmit it to you. So, one of the most important things that I learned during my time with them was of the importance of values so much forgotten, such as values about the importance of family, friends, and time. Yes, I was surprised to find out that time, not as I have always imagined that time as pressure, time for them was beautiful. Time was precious in the real meaning of it. They had time to talk to each other. They had time to visit family and friends. Okay. Meanwhile, I started working with Omar, with the Senegalese teacher, and tried to adapt the program, the UNESCO's program that we had, to the actual needs on the field, because things are different seen from the perspective of an office in Spain and as compared to the actual needs on the field. So it was a little bit difficult. Meanwhile, on my own initiative, as you can see in the picture, I managed to organize proper transportation and take some children from the neighborhood who didn't used to go to school, and we took them under the baobab tree and organized different activities, including different games aiming at making the children feel comfortable, and introduced our program as well. Here is one more picture, and this is the baobab tree, and they are the children, and Omar, the Senegalese teacher, was actually giving the classes. Now, within the first week, I had already moved from the hotel I was staying in and got to live to some volunteers' houses. The place where I was there, the children's center, was very huge. There were more than 300 children, abandoned children, and of course, there was no time for questions there. You could do anything, and you just needed to help. I spent a lot of time there, and I got connected, especially with the little girl that I'm holding over there, Fatou. Meanwhile, together with some other volunteers on our own initiative, we introduced some different ideas and some different opportunities for the children. For instance, we organized some swimming pool activities and managed to take the children to enjoy some time in the swimming pools. This was a change highly welcomed. However, there were many other difficulties which a volunteer and many other issues which a volunteer cannot solve, and other kind of solutions, sustainable solutions, had to be found. So after 1 month, I had to transfer to the second city in Gorea. I was actually too emotional from my experience in Ambur, and to say the truth, I was very nervous about this new challenge. It is a moment like that when you feel that you are too weak to go ahead, and just like that, suddenly, as if by magical powers, you have turned into a superhuman. It's like your heart knows what is best, and it communicates it with your brain, and the two of them, just like that, as if by magical powers, opa, work it out, find the solutions for you. I had already tackled some issues regarding women empowerment and education, and felt the need to transmit it to other people who are more powerful than me, to tell them that yes, you can do something, you can change it, so go ahead, do it, just talk to each other, connect, communicate, and get it done. Most of the times I was even thinking of solutions that my own organization how it could help. However, I don't even remember how I did it, but me, a girl from my Balkans complexes, I got the courage to knock on every institutional door I saw and ask for cooperation, just like that. Okay, I failed, and I failed a lot, because many of the people were reluctant and actually didn't really welcome me, bothering them from their own monotony. I found my opportunity when French President Hollande came in Korea, and I would use that as a perfect networking point. I got to, during the reception that was organized for his honor, I got to know to many people, to the school director, to the teacher that I'm showing the picture now, and to many other people, such as the mayor of the city. Some of them really welcomed me, and the mayor of the city welcomed me as well, and we managed finally to negotiate the agreement about the opening of the office in Korea. At the same time, I managed to introduce some good practices at the school in Korea and work together with the professors with the teachers on other activities such as on the Millennium Development Goals, and so other opportunities how we could cooperate together. So I like this story of mine because it helped me in many ways. It helped me realize something, that when you really want something, when you dream of something, that the mere thought of it makes you happy, go for it. Go for it and do it now. And by now, I don't mean just now. Take, for example, you might say, okay, fine, I want to go to Asia. So you need to get a plane, you need the visa, you need the ticket. I don't have any answer to the system we are living in. And that money is central. And to most of the young people, this is the main problem, that we don't have the money. However, if we don't have the luxury of it, we have the hard work of it. So, if you really want to do something, don't just think of it as impossible, but work towards it now, and you'll see that a person with motivation is a very, very strong person. When you have the motivation, as I did in my case, I was thinking all the time about localizing, finding the problems and trying to find the solutions for them. So, another important thing, as I mentioned before in my story, I failed in some things. But what I learned from these failures is that the only and really only way to learn from our failures is if we fail doing something that we really like. Because in that case, we work so hard and we want to get it done so badly that we use our failures and improve our next steps for the next challenge. And what is strongly related to my story as well, and that I learned, is that happiness is not static. Happiness, you can find it everywhere. It moves and travels. It comes in different shapes and colors. So if you really want, if you want to be happy, you have to look for it. And you have to find your happiness and try to nourish it. This is an image from the school as well. So, as I stand here, I am happy and a little bit nervous, but mostly I'm happy because I learned that a single happy and motivated person can actually bring some change. And I did see some change. I saw change by managing to build a volunteers route between Spain and Senegal. So other volunteers or people who are actually interested to experience what I did could do it as well. I managed to contact some businessmen and young entrepreneurs in Senegal and put them in contact, show them the center, and show them, here are the problems. You have the solutions. So what they did is they tried to provide monthly payment for the center, and as well clothes and milk. It wasn't a big deal, and maybe it's not sustainable, but still it is a start. On another important thing, for example, which is very important to me, is the fact that just by myself, by contacting some people, I managed to find a scholarship for a Senegalese student who is now going to study in Valencia, Spain. And again, only by contacting and putting other people together to think about them, we are now initiating a water purification project in Gorée, Senegal. This is part of Gorée. This is in Gorée as well, this picture of the school. And what is even more important to me, and which stands like a dream project, I, together with my organization, managed to build a microfinance project targeting Senegalese women. This is really a dream project for me because, in general, I'm interested for social issues and trying to come up with kind of solutions for them. So this is the start for me and for my organization as well, which actually really welcomed this initiative. So, in a way, what I really, really want to say is that do what you want. Take the risk. Risk is not scary. Risk is relative. So if you really want to do something, go ahead and do it. And if you ask me what is the best choice, I'll say it's your choice. As in my case, I'm very happy that I risked in parentheses. I'm very happy that I risked because the courage and the strength that I found from my story, from my experience, is invaluable. So I'll suggest it to anybody. If you want to make a choice, make your own choice, and there is no chance it cannot be great and wonderful. Thank you.